Hello, my name is Musa, and I'm in love with Mana Tithe. I think this is how I should start this video, shouldn't I? But come on, if you had moments like this, or like this, and many more from the league, wouldn't you be the same? Yeah, I think you would. So, if you want to see what happened in this league, please keep on watching. Hello, it's Musa once again with another league with Celestia Elf. Yes, whatever I do, I will keep on coming to my baby. And who am I to doubt it? I made some adjustments to the list. I added 2 heritage druids back because when I'm wrong, I'm saying it, I'm wrong. So I prefer to go for 2 heritage druids. Here they are. I also went down to 1 War Master. I'm not thrilled with the card anyway. 3 Mana Tides in the main because the meta that I'm playing online right now is a very combo meta. That's why Vex and Bobble together with Mana Tide I think are very needed. And in the sideboard, I'm trying to fight degenerate decks with Stonebrain, and the rest of the sideboard is something that you know. Another thing is a Heroic Intervention. I keep facing land destruction decks lately, and they're horrible. Anyway, let's start. So here we go. Match number 1, unknown opponent. I'm going to keep this hand because it has high potential because I have an War Elf. If they kill it, okay, it's going to be high risk, high reward, as I say it. But it was Eldrazi, so I'm fine with that. 1, 2, and they go for the elf. I'm fine with that. For the elf, for the Llanowar elf. And I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to give them another 10, will I? Nature Rhythm for 2, and you know the rest. We're going to pump. We're going to do the Azuri ability, and we're going like that to game number 2 of the first round. Game number 2, I'm always removing Mana Tithe against this type of decks because I believe they are not optimal, meaning usually they have lots of mana to use. The hand I kept isn't ideal, isn't great, but because I had the last Portico, I kept it. Under defensive missiles, I think I would have mulliganed it, but today I kept it. Okay, Microspawn, we're okay with that. It feels like they're playing Eldrazi Aggro. They proactively play Disruptor Flute in their turn. If I would be in their place, I would actually play Disruptor Flute in response to something I do. For example, in my turn, I would actually go and get Nature's Raven in order to get a Vizier. That's when I would play Disruptor Flute. It was a choice of the opponent. Maybe they knew better what they were doing, but personally, I wouldn't do it like that. Kicked. Yorion is going to save my last Portico, which is helping me fix my top deck. I don't take taking some damage. These are Microspawn isn't the creature that's going to kill me. 4 mana again. I have Nature's Raven, which means I can finish the opponent either with War Master or Azuri. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to find a way to put my mana in play, to use my mana, meaning I need a Priest of Titania. They used their secondary Disruptor Flute in order to name Elvish War Master, which gives me way more freedom, let's say, in order to use my Nature Rhythm from the graveyard next turn and go off. Yes, Heritage is back. Mana Death together with Heritage, I managed to do it. And it actually works. And I'm sorry, Heritage, that I actually questioned you. Here we go. I'm going to pass the turn this time, though. Yes, I forgot that this Sire has Menace. But it's okay, I have enough mana in order to pump a lot of times or regenerate. I actually, though, chose to kill everything on board. They had one card in hand. If it was something like a Nukin, I would be dead regardless. If it was all his dust, I would be dead regardless. So I'm just making sure that they have nothing to block or anything the next turn. That's it. We're going to match number 2. So here we go. Match number 2. Unknown opponent. We're playing first again. I didn't like the first hand. I believe that I could mulligan to a better hand. That's why I also mulliganed to Oblivion and I got a bit punished. So we will try to make do with whatever I have. When I saw the black, I was terrified. Here, obviously, you're going to choose to play Devoted Druid because what you're missing right now is mana. So Devoted Druid gives you mana. If they remove the Devoted Druid, the Elvis Mystic, the second turn, I will be doomed. So right now I am secure. See how many nice things Vexing Bobble does? Phoenix, yeah, I don't like that. I need to combo them. There are not many ways I can actually get away from this. And at this point, because I have a Code of Calling and I need either a finisher or another tutor, I need to top deck very well. And pardon me, the Orcus Bowmaster is actually preventing me from cracking the bauble, which is not good. We're going to take some beating here. I know that they took a second Bowmasters when they actually used their Malevolent Rabble. So, and they have 2 mana because they have the Eldrazi spawn here, together with a Vetal Catacomb. So there's not much I can do. Unfortunately, I have to go and crack my Vexing Bauble to try to draw a finisher. And this didn't happen, so I lost game number 1, and we're going to sideboarding in game number 2. Game number 2, Mana Tithe isn't good against black deck most of the time, at least in this type of black deck. I expect it to be a Warren deck, so I took away Mana Tithes. I'm playing pretty cautious. First turn I'm not doing anything. So turn number 2 I'm going to play my Sanctifier and I'm going to enjoy how it goes. They don't really, oops, I forgot this open. There are not really many cards that they can use to remove my Sanctifier from board. The Flare is an option, or an Explosive is another option from what I expect. Because I always try to plan my play according to what the opponent's going to play. So here we go, Cauldron. I tapped the Devoted Druid because I want to keep the white mana up for their, how is it called? Shampling Gust. Here, if I was very greedy, I could actually use a Devoted Druid that I have in the graveyard, put it under the Cauldron, untap, and kill their creature. But I chose not to. I had no reason. I could take the damage and I could place a bit more safe. So then in my turn, 1, 2, I'm going to Nature's Rhythm for 2. They're going to kill my Devoted Druid. I don't mind that. I'm going to use my mana because I can. I'm going to get my Vizier. And first I will get, with Nature's Rhythm from the graveyard, I'm going to get a Zuri, and then I'm going to cast a Llanowar Elf. Because if I cast a Llanowar Elf first, there's a possibility that I had a way to remove it with a Fatal Push or something. That's it. We're going to game number 3. Game number 3, my sideboard didn't change at all. This isn't the perfect hand. As I said before, I don't like to mulligan against black decks, and I have an Eladamri which can create a card and a board advantage, either from the library or from hand. Okay, Bowmasters, we're used to that. This deck does not fall to Bowmaster, and this is why we play it. Malevolent Rumble, and I take to hunt a Marsh Flats, which means they are missing lands. I'm okay with that. Or they want to do something. They cannot be missing lands because they have an Eldrazi spawn too. So they're trying to do something, I don't know. I'm afraid here that they could have a push, and that's why they have the fetch land, but I cannot really play around it. Okay. I don't feel very good right now because I have no white. My mana base has betrayed me. We're gonna do whatever we can. Still, I'm going to get my Sanctifier here to be half protected because part of the combo with the Warren is actually to cast from the graveyard again and again. You're gonna see in a bit. The zombie. And now, this is what we came for. My Kyrian Ranger is gonna do what it has to do. It's very important against the Warren to keep a higher life total than theirs. Okay, Culling Ritual. Eladamri versus Warren. Okay, the Phoenix. Okay, I am okay with that. And step, I'm letting them use the trigger, and then I'm going to kill both of them. There we go. 2 paths. I'm set. In the upkeep, I'm going to path their Warren. The reason I did it in the upkeep and not after the draw step is maybe they would draw a push. I know they didn't have the push the previous turn, and I want to maximize my chances of them not drawing it. The Devoted Druid on top, it was amazing. Eladamri is amazing in these matchups. In the mid-range matchups, it can win on its own. And now I see they have 3 cards in hand and they're doing nothing. I have the interaction and I just see the Heroic Intervention on the top of my deck. I'm not going to do anything unless I really have to at this point. I have the upper point. I have the answers to all the things that they may do. So I'm passing the chance. I want to have enough lands and be safe in order to go off. Okay, and they have 6 cards in hand, but it seems they don't have anything that they can finish me with. That thing is not staying on board. Grave Crawler, that's the card I wanted to say earlier. That's the combo with Marionette Apprentice, Grave Crawler, and Worm, which is exiled twice. Now I'm safe. I can Nature's Rhythm as I want, because I also have the 2 mana up for Heroic Intervention. No matter what they try to do, I can kill them. I only leave 1 Vizier post-board, so I have to make sure that the time that I'm going off, it's actually going to work, or I have no other option, and I really need to kill the opponent right there, right now. And after that, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to speed up the rest of the game and go to the next one. Match number 3, we're playing second. The first hand is the Lush Portico hands that I cannot keep. This hand can do pretty much nothing. Has a Vizier, nothing. So I'm going to keep a hand with Mana Tithe. At least Mana Tithe could possibly create a card advantage against them. I see a Scowling Turn and I feel very, 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 very scared. It's not good to match up. If it's anything like Prowess or anything red, because I'm mulligan hard. And something white. So this can mean, it can still mean that it's actually Jeskai, oh, the joy, or it could also be control. I don't see, though, a companion. Obviously, I'm going to keep on top my Eladamri. Here, I cannot delay it any longer. I have to play my Devoted Druid. And I see Jeskai Kyler, so I think it's Jeskai. But no, I see Reprieve. This is a card that I haven't seen before, so I don't know what's going on. 3 mana, they're passing. At this point, I would really love to draw a land, but I didn't. So I cannot avoid by playing my Devoted Druid because the upside of it is very, very high. So it is Jeskai. At least what I thought so far, and I'm going to play around it. Obviously, always sacrifice your Devoted Druid when they're casting a Galvanic Blast, because then they don't get the energy points. Wrath of the Skies is what Narset got from the exile. Always keep in mind what the opponent is doing is very important. Orange Chant. Gosh, I hate that kind of combo. But it's not something we can do. And elves can bypass Orim's Chant at least up to a point. You have a Boseiju to kill the Scepter. And if you manage to cast Eladamri together with 2 creatures, my beloved baby is going to take care of everything because of the second ability of Eladamri, tap 2 and tap elves. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's where I'm trying to get this right now. So, end of the turn, I'm going to Court of Calling, and I'm going to get a Sylvan Safekeeper. I know they have the chant in hand, so I'm trying to see how I can make it so that I can cast Eladamri. It's very important to cast Eladamri. They let me play my game, which is pretty impressive. I don't know why. Here we go. I played the top of my deck too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kicked again. I think they are trying to be greedy and go for the Scepter together with the chant because they are so used to this combo finishing the game. And here it is. That's what we came for. Mana Tithe, the Wrath of the Skies. Here we go. Or maybe they were greedy in order to play Wrath and take everything. And obviously, they're going to get punished. This is the power of the deck. No, I'm not going to even let my Heritage Druid die because I can. And now I just took my Devoted Druid from the graveyard, Cauldron on the battlefield, and we're finishing them. Vizier, and if I didn't have the Elvish Master, I have here my Nature's Rhythm. I will go and get my Azuri and finish them. Let's go to game number 2. Against this type of decks, obviously, I'm keeping Mana Tithe same. I don't have much interaction, so Skyclave Apparition, I think it's very important. Sun Cleanser stops the Wrath of the Skies. Always keep that in mind. People don't know why Sun Cleanser is for. Sun Cleanser doesn't allow the opponent to get counters. Always keep that in mind. Here I'm going to progress my game. I will go the very, very, very greedy way. I'm going to cast War Master. I'm going to cast the Heritage Druid. And I'm going to cast Eladamri. If they had any Solitude, I want that Solitude out of their hands. Because it would be 2 for 1. And here I get a little bit distracted because I was helping someone on Discord. And I pass my turn. If you were me in this situation, you would go and get a Sun Cleanser. This way you could be set against all the Wrath effects. And here we can see Eladamri again in action. They have Warden's Chant. Sure, they do. Right now, I wish I could have the Sun Cleanser, though, off the top of my deck would help a lot. Okay, I'm not playing Skyclave Apparition or Llanowar Elves because I'm expecting to eat that Wrath. And they got traumatized for my first mana Tithe, and here they're going to keep 1 mana up. This is the reason they go for Wrath for 2 too. As I said, once they get mana Tithe, they will always be terrified of it. This game would have been over a long time ago if I didn't mess up, but it's okay. Solitude, they pitched at a fairy in order to kill my devoted druid. As I have cauldrons, I want my devoted druid in the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another Wrath. I don't remember anymore. I remember I was very pissed off because I messed up. Another Wrath. Here we go, 2 Wraths out of the way. We wouldn't be here. Oh well. So Nature's Rhythm. I'm gonna play Nature's Rhythm for 2. And even though they have used 2 Wraths of the Sky, I didn't. I actually went for Priest. It's okay. I understand why. Because 2 Wraths of the Sky are here, are gone, and I'm trying to get rid of them. 1, 2, 3. Nobody likes Teferi. We all want to play on proper speed, not instant speed sorceries. No, you're not gonna do that. Galvanic Blast, Heroic Intervention. Oh, that's another addition. The reason I'm playing a Heroic Intervention right now is because I'm getting butchered by the Boros Land Destruction deck. I will figure it out, don't worry. But it actually hurts a lot, and I'm very pissed off that I'm losing to that deck because I believe because of Curion I should be able to beat those matchups. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm never feeling well when a control player has more than 0 cards in hand. Okay, I don't know why they went for Skyclave Apparition. Okay, maybe they knew better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here they have 1 card in hand, and I'm thinking the longer the game goes, the worse it is for me. So I will try to get my Azuri. Not I will try. I will get my Azuri and try to finish them next turn because I have enough mana to pump. Well, it won't finish them next turn, but they will be very close to dead. I have 0 Nature's Rhythm left in the graveyard. I always have to keep that in mind because sometimes I forget to check. There you go. I have my Verdant Catacombs right now. This Verdant Catacombs is a Lash Portico in my head. This is why I will try not to use it. Okay. They are using their Orim's chant, very aggressively. They have used 2 so far, and they run 3 usually, and 1 scepter, if I remember well, the list. I'm not going to take the damage, I'm on 7, and if they have a Flash in hand, I'm doomed. But I always keep 5 mana up in order to be able to pump if needed. Here I didn't pump because I want to use the Lash Portico's ability end of the turn, and I don't want to go back 1 land. Who knows, maybe I will top deck another Eladamri and I will need the mana. There we go. There you go. 1, 2. 3rd chant. So either they are out of chants or they only have 1 chant left. I will block with mana. I have enough mana, so I'm going to block with 1 dog. to keep a higher life total. There you go, Setter. I'm going to play the Azuri first. It's going to get reprieved. Then I'm going to play the Cauldron. I'm not going to put anything under the Cauldron yet. I will attack. They have three cards in hand. I know one of them is a Scepter. And now I'm going to kill the Narset. It's never good to have a Narset because it creates a huge card advantage. Plus, Narset and together with Days Undoing, it's a game over. That's it. And if you added a fairy on this little cocktail, you just concede. As I said, I'm playing Afraid of a Flage. That's why I'm not taking the damage, and I prefer to kill my Azuri. Always use all your regeneration seals. That's another thing I would like to say. 1, 2, 3. The fairy bounces back my Curion. Days Undoing. There we go. And right now I had some second thoughts. I know they have 3 cards, and 2 cards are the Scepter together with the Days Undoing. So here I had some second thoughts. Should I kill Teferi, because I really, really despise Teferi, or should I just go for Narset? And I chose to go for Narset because, as I said, Days Undoing together with Narset is a very, very bad combo for me. And right now they have already played 1, 2 Wraths of the Sky, and I have my Azuri, which can also regenerate some of my creatures. And that's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna lose my Cauldron. I'm not very happy. So right now we're playing on top deck mode, and Lash Portico is going to help us. There we go. Obviously, I couldn't regenerate my last elf because you cannot regenerate your own creature with a Azuri. And that's how my whole board goes bye-bye. That was a great object there. Oops, yeah, my library here. There you go, and I missed you. Obviously, I'm killing Teferi, Scepter. Are they going to put underneath the last chant? As I said, I don't mind that. And thank you for refilling my hand. Okay, I'm not going to attack you now. And Curion was a marvelous top deck, let's say, for my library, because it can untap Eladamri in extra time. And obviously, I'm going to take with Skyclave Apparition the Scepter. So I can set the pace of the game. I have a Court of Coiling. I can go and get my Sylvan Safekeeper and protect anything. There are not many ways I can lose right now unless they play a Verdict. And this isn't Jeskai Blink, this is Control Jeskai, the good old-fashioned. There you go. Wrath of the Skies does nothing because they get 0 energy counters. Let's go to the next one. Playing first. I always like playing first, especially when I have the combo in hand. So obviously we're going to keep the hand. And I'm going to play Curion Ranger to first turn, and I'm going to use a Temple Garden to play it, because you have to remember in this list I'm running mana tithes, and I need extra white sources. Energy, the bane of my existence, but it's okay. We're going to make do with whatever we have. Tap, and I'm afraid of a Galvanic Discharge, but no, they play the Pride, and that's it. I could even block a Guide of Souls, but I didn't. There is no reason to risk anything at this point. If I untap, they're dead unless they have Solitude. Yes, I've seen a Solitude against these lists. This is also why I play Heritage Druid in order to protect a bit myself. But the opponent had nothing, so I'm going to accord for 2. And I did also want to use Curion Ranger's ability with a lance, or use Devoted Druid's ability to untap. I wanted to make sure that they could get the least responses they could. And now 6 mana, Cord for 3, Azuri, and by now you know what's happening. Let's go to game number 2. Game number 2, sorry, we're 3 up, 3 matches up. This is a decent hand. I don't want to mulligan hard against this type of decks. Yes, I don't want Mulligan hard anyway, anytime, but yes. First turn, I'm gonna get a Fetch Devil Garden, because you don't know. Maybe I'm gonna top deck a Sanctifier, which is amazing in this matchup. So them getting rid of Ragavan means for me that they have no removal, at least so far. There we go. We're gonna take a beating now from the prize. And right now I realize that they're trying to create tons of tokens. And there is only one, pardon me. Oops, here we go. We're gonna pat up for mana. Priest of Titanium. I can only block one Oslo Pride, as I was trying to say earlier. With the Agatha Cauldron's ability. So Cauldrons. 1, 2, 3. Seasoned Pyromancer. Tons of token. They have the City Blessing. So I have no idea how I'm actually gonna beat them next turn. Math doesn't cut it. But still, I'm gonna sit back and try. If my previous priest survived, I would be in a really good spot, but it didn't. So yes, right now I tried to do math, but it didn't work. I lost fair and square. We're going to game number 3. So here we go now. I'm gonna keep the hand. It has a combo. How could I say no to that? And I have Force of Vigor for any the bombardments, let's say, sorry. A bit lost. Obviously they have a removal. And the Fedor Catacomb was a really, really nice top deck. This way I can play my my Devoted Druid next turn and protect it. I'm not gonna kill this. If needed, I will pitch the Azuri together with the Force of Vigor. I will wait for them to play a creature and then act. And I also have Curion Ranger. I can pitch Curion Ranger if needed. I still feel that I have the upper hand. I have a Mana Tithe, and I also have an answer for the bombardment. 1, 2, boom. That is what I came here for. This league was worth it just for that. I hate Ajani. It's a 2-mana planeswalker. They don't give us a Deathrite Shaman, but it's okay for the meta to have a Ajani, which is a creature, together with a planeswalker that only has a plus ability, because hardly anyone everywhere uses the minus ability of Ajani. So that's it. If they had a removal, they would have used it, but still I couldn't play around anything at this point. And that's it. We're going to the last round. Last round, we're playing second. Let's see what we're gonna do. This is a great hand. It has Devoted Druids, it has Azuris, it has Cauldron for protection. I see black, I see Murktide, I see... What the hell is that? Turn 1, I prefer to Lash Portico. 1, 2, Frog. So this is a blue-black deck that I didn't even know it existed. I found out afterwards it actually did very well in the challenge. The Heritage. I'm trying to bait the counter from the opponent here. And here we go. Azuri, first Azuri is out. And then I'm going to cast Cauldron. And immediately I'm going to use Curion Ranger's ability to put it on my Heritage Druid. This way I have two Curion Rangers and one Heritage Druid. And I'm okay. And even if next turn, yeah, they can take whatever they want. They try to kill any of my creatures with a Azuri trigger on the stack. If I try to get the second Azuri, if I put it under the Cauldron, I am fine. I'm fine. This is why I'm not rushing to put any creature under the Cauldron right now. Here, I'm going to put the Cauldron there. Even with that on the stack, because there's another creature with counter on it, the Azuri abilities are already on the board using Heritage. And I'm going to protect my Curion, and I won't let them use the Frog to draw cards. Defense. Okay. We are very close to dying as it is right now. It would be great to have a nice top deck at this point, though. It would make my life easier, for example, if I drew a chord or something, to just be able to finish them without counting. I hate counting when it comes to Magic. Again, they're going to attack, but this time they knew better, and they gave their creature flying. Okay. 2 Bowmasters out of here. So end step, I'm going to take my second Azuri. I'm going to put it on the Llanowar Elf. I didn't put it on the Devoted Druid because I might need to use Devoted Druid to untap and it would lose the counter. With a -1 counter and the +1 counter, it would lose the counter. They have 2 cards in hand. Here I'm going for the combo. But they had a Salty in hand. And obviously, once more, I have to do math. No, I'm not going to open the calculator. I actually sat there a bit. I did a bit of math in my head, and I figured out the way to win. Because even if I didn't kill them this turn, I would make sure the Tithe was dead. Therefore, they wouldn't be able to do much with the frog. But I was able to math it correctly, and here we are. We're swinging for enough damage. Let's go to game number 2. Game number 2 against this type of decks. I don't know if I played it correctly. It seems that I didn't because I lost. But to be honest, I didn't even know what the opponent was playing. I keep removing the Cause of Calling. If I knew it was a Murktide deck more than anything else, because I was also expecting Washington, I played a bit differently. I don't know the list. I will Google it later, because this is the way you're learning. If you Google and you find what your opponent is playing. I have a lot of lands in my hand, so I didn't really care to just sacrifice my land to protect my Sylvan Safekeeper. There you go again. They're going to attack. I'm not going to block, obviously, even though my life total isn't very happy with me. 1, 2, another Bowmasters. But this time, because I want to be on curve, let's say, I want to play my Priest of Titanium and progress with my game. Let the Bowmaster resolve. They played 2 Bowmasters to remove 1 creature, so be it. Sylvan Safekeeper did more than enough. I'm down to 9. First thoughts is Endurance. This indicates for me that they have a Murktide in hand. Push. There we go. Now we're starting to filter our top deck with a Last Portico. There was nothing important there. I put a Llanowar Elf in the graveyard. I'm on 8, they're on 10. I'm not very happy, but I will try to kill as many creatures as I can. The fact that they didn't take a road either tells me that they have a counter spell, because they're not playing lands either. So they're trying to draw another land, another creature, another. I actually put this Llanowar Elf on the top of my deck in order to create some board presence. They have 4 cards in hand. I only have an erode. I'm not feeling very confident right now. So, Mystic, I'm going to attack with the Curion Ranger. I'm trying to fish, bait anything I can out of their hand to get as much info as I can. The Vizier is useless there. No, I'm not going to block. I'm actually going to block. Maybe I should have left it, because I would really like to use another Last Portic effect. Devoted Druid. Yeah, I felt that something like that would be the case. They had a Salty. But I really didn't do much more. I have nothing. So that's it. They beat me fair and square. Sorry again, once more. For my voice, I'm really trying hard to create content, but my sicknesses don't really help me because I'm sick over and over again. So let's go to the last round. Last match. This was a bad hand. I'm going to keep this even though I'm not very happy. It has nothing. It just has a cavern. And I actually brought in from the sideboard the Sanctifier because I saw they had lots of black removal. I don't know if it was the right choice. I think I should have gone for a more aggressive hand. But mulliganing against black decks isn't very good. So they top twice from the preordain. Not very happy. Here we go, Devoted Druid. We need a miracle to happen. Sorry for the way they're stacked. I'll keep on attacking. I have no option, do I? I'm chipping in for damage. The frog. First, before I do anything with my path, obviously I put white in my mana pool. I'm gonna check what's my top deck. It's another mana dog. I mean, I have removed 1, 2, 3 Chords of Calling, 1 Nature's Rhythm. That is not very wise. I should have left a bit more tutos in order to play in their turn. I know how to do it even. In order to play in their turn and force them to use more of their cards. Because right now they have 6 cards in hands and I have nothing. I'm not going to attack with my Curion because it's my most important card right now, because I have a Lush Portico and I'm trying to get to anything that can actually finish the game. Even though at this point I'm almost certain they do have a Subtlety in hand. But I can't really do anything. I have to keep on playing. Once more. What do we have? Path. I'm going to keep it on top. But even though I'm almost certain that they have a counterspell at this point. Nothing. 1, 2. Engineer for 1. That was bad. But half expected, because I've seen engineered explosives before. And I prefer to try to pass them in their turn. You never know. Maybe they didn't have it. Maybe they yielded. Who knows? But they had it. And they use Force of Negation even, which means that they have tons of removal. That's it for one league. And who was I to doubt the deck? Anyway, I will keep on trying and testing different versions of the deck. I have some more ideas, but as I've burned through so many play points trying to come up with different color combinations, I will have to stick to white Celestia a bit longer to get up on my play points, because I'm not paying to play Magic online. That's it. That's it. I will see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments in the comment section below. I really like to interact with people. If you reach the end, thank you so much for watching the whole video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.